Alright guys, welcome to part 2 of me reviewing games on my PS4. Sorry for the delay between part 1 and part 2. My phone screen broke, so I had no way of transferring the video from my phone to my laptop. But I have my phone back now, it's been repaired, and so I'm uploading the video today. And part 3 should be out by tomorrow or the day after. So yeah, with that being said, enjoy the video. So, next, a really good game again. We have Uncharted 4. What's it called? A Thief's End. Uncharted 4, A Thief's End. Aptly named. This is the last Uncharted game featuring Nathan Drake. So, proper, proper title. I don't know why I'm judging the freaking title. But yeah, this game really freaking good too. The freaking gameplay isn't the the main attraction of the Uncharted series. The gameplay is good. Alright, the gameplay is not bad or anything. The gameplay is also really good. But again, it's not like super complicated or anything. It's just point shoot, point shoot, point shoot. But the main point of every Uncharted game is A, the story, B, the puzzles, and this game nails both. Oh yeah, and the settings as well. Actually, I forgot to mention the settings, story, puzzles, everything this game nails. And it's a pretty long game as well. I remember the first time I played it, it took me like a week to finish, I think. And that was with like 4 hours of gameplay every day. 4 hours every day for a week straight. That's how long it took me to finish this game. Yeah, so story, great. Puzzles and stuff, sometimes it gets very tricky, so that's fun. If you like puzzles, you like this game. And gameplay, good. Characters, wow, really good. Okay, so overall, this game, solid 9 out of 10. Alright, I really can't really find any complaints about this game at all, actually. Now, the sequel to Uncharted 4 and the final game in the Uncharted trilogy, Uncharted The Lost Legacy. Uncharted The Lost Legacy I actually bought before Uncharted 4 for some reason. I don't know why I did that. But yeah, I played this game before I played Uncharted 4, so I was missing out on a bit of the lore. But that's not really that big of a deal. You see two female protagonists, so very progressive there, I guess you could say. And yeah, this game is based in India, so obviously I thought I was interested once I found out that the game was based in India. So that really caught my eye. And again, settings, story, puzzles, this game also great, but it's not even close to being as long as Uncharted 4 was. Uncharted 4 had like 36 chapters. This game has 7 chapters. So I guess it could have benefited if the game was a bit longer. But in the short time that they had, they really did a great job. And this game came out only a year after Uncharted 4 did, so understandably they couldn't really fit a lot in just a year. They couldn't really do a lot in just a year. But yeah, again, with the time that they had, they did a great job. So this game, just like Uncharted 4, 9 out of 10. If they had more time, they could have made the game much longer, thereby making it much better. And this is the third superhero game that I ever played on my PS4. You'll find out what the second one is in just a second. But yeah, this is Batman the Telltale series, and now Telltale series, you don't focus on the gameplay. Well, gameplay when it comes to Telltale games. Telltale games are choice-based games, so whatever choices you make, it tailors the story to the choices you make. Basically, that's their slogan. That's a Telltale slogan. So what choices you make will affect your story later on. So yeah, that's actually really fun. I just replayed this game a few weeks ago, and yeah, I had a pretty good time playing it. It gets a little bit dark in places, of course. Batman is a pretty dark character, but yeah, it's a good game. I would recommend it to everyone. And like, even if you are not a gamer, gamer. When I say the word gamer, I just imagine a guy eating Doritos, sitting on his chair, staring at like a laptop or something. That's what I imagine when I hear gamer. But even if you are not big on the whole gaming scene, I would recommend that you give this game a go, because it's really fun and doesn't really require a lot of knowledge on how the games work. Alright, so frick, I forgot to rate it. Yeah, so this game, 8 out of 10. Spider-Man PS4. Now if you haven't really noticed, I kind of like Spider-Man a lot. He's my favorite superhero ever, and so I was really glad when this game came out. Now, to summarize this game in like one sentence, if there are more, Spider-Man 2 is coming out, but if there are any more Spider-Man games to come out in the future, this is the blueprint that should be copied. The gameplay is really good. The story also really good. The person who turns out to be a villain, the villain is really well made. Right, I guess I'll just say that it's a character that you really grow to like, because they have a really good message. They really have a good thing that they want to accomplish, and many things get in the way of that, and that turns them into a villain. So yeah, that's a good experience to sit through, and the gameplay is not a letdown either. Spider-Man still has his charisma and stuff, so you won't really be bored by that, except stealth missions. Stealth missions, dude, are so boring. Like, it's difficult to explain how boring they are, because the stealth missions that the supporting characters are involved in, Spider-Man could have done like 15 times quicker. So the stealth missions are definitely absolutely pointless and really boring. So yeah, that's definitely a negative right there. So overall, this game, 9 out of 10. Next up is a game also very close to there. It's called God of War. Yeah, so the story is really good. It involves two characters, Kratos and Boy. You can call him Atreus if you want, but his actual name is Boy. So Kratos and Boy. The story of Kratos and Boy is what we see unfold in the game, and it's there's not really one word to describe the story of God of War, but I would say it's interesting. I guess I would say it's enjoyable, like very, very enjoyable, the story. And the gameplay is also really good. It's not even close to the gameplay of previous God of War games, so keep that in mind. And the boss fights also, a few boss fights are very repetitive, like you have to fight the same model of troll 5 times. But there are some boss fights which are really good, like the second boss fight, the Stranger. That's just a banger, bro. And this game, if you didn't hear, is all in one shot, so there is no cut between cutscene and gameplay. It's all in one continuous shot. Alright, and that is really cool. I don't know how they pull that off, but that is very smart. Okay, so this game, just like Horizon Zero Dawn, because I love this game so much, this really brought me deep into the gaming scene, how console gaming works. Because of that, I'm going to give this game a 10 out of 10. Next up is a game that I liked a little bit, not a lot. This game, Transformers Rise of the Dark Spark, is a very average game. There's nothing really super special about it, but there's nothing really that makes it a really bad game. It's just average. Now I love Transformers a lot. Alright, I have 5 Transformers figurines on my shelf right now. And I saw gameplay of the old Transformer games as well, the ones made in 2012 and 2011, and I was like, whoa, that's so cool, because I was 5 years old. So when I got my PS4, like a year after I got my PS4, I bought this game, because I remembered all the videos I watched in my childhood about the Transformer games. So I thought, this was going to be like that. It's not like that. It's a severe downgrade from the previous Transformer games. But I don't know what to say. I guess because it tried to be like the Michael Bay movies too much, that I think that's what brought it down. It didn't try to be like the games that High Moon Studios made. It tried to be a Michael Bay video game. So that's what really dragged it down and freaking ruined, well, not ruined, but hindered the experience. So yeah, gameplay is all right. Like the old games, it's fine. Nothing special, and the story is average or below average. So not an enjoyable story at all. And yeah, so based on all that, I'm giving this game 6 or 5 out of 10. Actually, 5 out of 10. That hurts me because I love Transformers so much. It hurts, dude. It hurts. But yeah. Okay, next. Ghost of Tsushima. Ghost of Tsushima, it's set in 13th century Japan. So, I like samurais and stuff as well. So yeah, I like this game a lot. Story is really good, the world is really big, and there's a lot of stuff to do in it. I still haven't finished the game. I began a new game as well, and I still haven't finished that. Okay, so there's a lot of stuff to do. Okay, and they just released a DLC as well, a director's cut recently. Yeah, I guess if I can, I'll give that a go. But even without the DLC, the story is excellent. You get to see how our protagonist Jin Sakai becomes from an honorable samurai to like an outlaw in the samurai world. So that evolution is very interesting to see. Along with the supporting characters, they're really good too. And yeah, the gameplay really makes you think, because it's not like point and shoot or hack and slash. You have to put some mind and brain into it. Okay, because for each enemy you'll have a different type of stance, and if you don't use the stance which is made for that specific enemy on that enemy, then you're gonna have a difficult time. And you also get a flurry of other accessories at your disposal. So yeah, gameplay, story, really good. There are a few trailing missions as well, as I mentioned with Horizon Zero Dawn. So that takes away from the experience a little bit, but not too much. So yeah, this game, without a doubt, 9 out of 10. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, and hit that bell button. And I'll see you in part 3. Until then, goodbye.